Yeah, so a long trip out in Kalamazoo, and we knew it was going to be a grind playing three meets in 2 days, and having the long drive out there. But really excited to play these teams. Ball State, we played them before a couple years ago. I knew they were very solid, and Western Michigan very good, and then Ferris State, a very strong D2 school. So I was excited and kind of nervous and everything, how we were going to hold up physically and how we'd match up against them. And Ball State was our toughest one. They were very solid, and kind of ironically, we played our best doubles against them, which has definitely been our weak spot all year. But I do want to note that against Ball State, we didn't have a lot of answers against much of their players, unfortunately, in singles. But Harry at number 1 played a nice match, losing 3-3. But Thais at number 5 won her match and beat the girl 6-1, 6-1. So to not only win, but just win convincingly, that was awesome. So very happy for her, of course. And then Western Michigan the next day, again, the doubles, just not our strong suit. I don't know, honestly, what it is, if we have just because of the fact we have 2 new teams, only one team that's carried over from last season, or if it's kind of our slow starts, we play doubles first and then our singles. But definitely something we have to we got to get corrected. Didn't have our best against them with doubles. And then singles was pretty competitive. I know every one of our matches had at least one very strong set against them. Kim at number 3, very close one, lost in 3 sets, played very well. I know she was disappointed, but she did very well against a very good opponent, and unfortunately came up a little short. And then against Ferris State later that day, probably haven't been as upset at doubles as I have all year with that match. And I know it was our 3rd match, and we had a little rest in between matches, but really no excuse. And we just came out sluggish and slow, and Ferris State just came out and took care of us in doubles. And, kind of what I said against the Ball State, just because they're a good singles team doesn't mean they're going to have good doubles players, and vice versa. And we played our best singles probably against Ferris State, and then our worst doubles against them. And maybe they're just a stronger doubles team. I know, I'm not sure. But going into those singles, I was worried after that doubles. But all our players grinded and did very well, and maybe got loosened up after our break against our first meet. But we got 5 out of the 6 singles wins, which was awesome. Got that win against them. Very long matches, a couple 3-setters, and I don't think there was one except for Olivia at number 6. Every set went the distance. So very proud of how we responded after that. They knew. Myself and Coach Lane, we were not happy with the way doubles ended. For them to respond and fight and get out that win was very impressive. So very happy with then how it ended. Couple days off here, much needed rest, and then we got 2 home matches this Saturday against Gustavus, and then Sunday against UW Milwaukee.
Especially for how everything came up to the point where you're at singles at Ferris State, not just winning tough matches, but all those tie breaks and everybody had to go into, and being able to come out victorious in those specifically to get those.
Yeah, because very, very happy with the way they responded, because for them to come out and get that doubles point against us the way they did, and a lot of those sets, too, we were down. I can't remember every single situation, but Kim in that second set, she went down 5-2 and then came back and won it in a tiebreaker. And then, Val at number 5, both those sets went to tiebreak. So it was definitely a grind, both physically and mentally. So I was mentally very happy with how they responded to those critical moments.
What does it do for your team to have an opportunity to play at home here at this point in the season?
I think we're excited. We're anxious, finally, finally to be home. I know they're sore and tired right now. I know I walked in the door Sunday morning at 1 a.m. after those meets, and I know physically they're sore and tired. But no, very excited. Hopefully we get a lot of people out there to watch us, because I think after this weekend we're going to respond very well. Anything else? Thank you.